yes, especially in the mornings. I
Yes.
come here in the afternoons. That this morning I have to come here because my boss asked me to come. My boss Sena Nombo. So I'm here for you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you and good morning to your cherished listeners and viewers. I see a lot of them on social media. You've been doing well. Radio Good, morning shows. I can say is among the best. You educate the public a lot. So I always listen when I'm on my way to
to the other.
the other stations.
I hope you're well.
I'm very well. I'm very well.
Oh,
I'm
great.
very well.
And it's nice to have you in studio this morning. I wonder how you are able to do it. Because at least 5 days a week. Is there a day in the week where you don't appear on a radio
No.
or TV station?
It's non-stop. They will not even allow
Not
you
a single day.
Every day.
But some days I realize you do from morning through to evening.
Sometimes I do 4. Sometimes it's 3. It's not easy. You have to cover everywhere so that you can spread your message. Even when you are a new political party, and also especially when we were a movement, we needed to preach the message. And to preach the message means you have to double your effort. And it's the reason why the movement became a household name in the lips of many. Though we did not win the elections, but many Ghanaians know of the movement for change. Because it was a deliberate strategy that we have to occupy everywhere. If you want to catch a wizard or a witch, you must be prepared to have time. So you have to devote. That will still continue now with a new party. We have to even double the efforts the more, so that we can. As our objective is to displace one of the duopolies. To do that, you must work tirelessly. That is why I'm here early morning. From here, I'm going to another place to
continue the
continue
the gospel.
Yes.
I see. First, let me start on this a very sad note.
Yes.
In fact, before I move there, pardon me. He sent me this message yesterday.
Yes.
I forgot to read it. One of the guys who follow us constantly on Facebook. His name is Wiseman Castro.
Wiseman Castro.
Yes. It says, a happy belated birthday to my daughter, Elena Macaulay of Odogono Senior High School, Form 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So a happy birthday to Elena Macaulay of Odogono from your father. I'm sure you know him by another name, but he uses Wiseman Castro on Facebook.
Yes.
Anyway, let me start on it. For you, I'm sure you've been in politics for a while now. The last time you were telling the story of how you went to campaign in the early 2000s for that'll be in the late 90s for President Kufuor.
President Kufuor. I was a polling agent as well in the North as a student in the election 2000. Election 2004, I was a police station agent at the Nungwa area, and the 2008 too, I was an observer. So I've been it. And the 90s too, as a student, we were following politics everywhere because we were the young ones following our parents. So in
the late 90s, you were at KNUST?
KNUST, yes.
I see.
And that was when we started the TESCO. So we were very much involved in building a vibrant political party.
And I guess the name Nana Konadu, for you as a young person then and now, how does that name, what does that name mean to you? Nana Konadu Ajiman Rollins.
So I was in Ashanti region. In fact, my father was working with Anglo Gold Ashanti, so I lived in Obuasi. Let me tell you that in the entire Ashanti region, they thought Nana Kunaju was the real power broker in those days. And that some refer to her as a witch, that she was the one that was not allowing us to deal with Rollins in toto. She was a formidable figure. I mean, I could remember the 31st December Women's Movement. And one unique thing about them was that they had daycares. It was so common. I mean, if you were a woman, and that strategy, I don't know how come political parties lost it. But the United Party will have a way of bringing it back. If you had, women are in the majority in terms of our society. And if you're a woman, the probability of you having a child is very high. So, say, catch them young. She will come and open the daycare center. Definitely, you will send your child there. And all these daycare centers were named 31st December Daycare Center. So it propelled her name. Every household knew of Nana Konadu. Especially with a beret, the red
beret.
You see, she's a witch. That is why she has the red beret. She became so popular. And because of that, a lot of people, that women that hitherto were not interested even in mobilization advocacy, started. In my area, for instance, women started. They would go and put on the red. I will show you that I'm Nana Kunedu. That's what they were saying.
Really?
Yes.
I see.
So, I mean, for you to, she has really played a role in Ghana's politics. You can't take it from her. The vibrancy of our politics also, she played a crucial role in it. That yesterday when the news came, it really hit me that this woman, what I like about her is her dancing. When you meet her in the public, she will dance to you right now. And she's always cheerful.
Yes.
So cheerful.
Yeah. Always wore a smile.
And very detailed. And straight to the point. So now if you commit an offense, right, she will tell you. I think that's one of the traits that all of us must learn. She doesn't want to harbor all these. She will see you and tell that that's why you are wrong. And that is it. She moves on. Straightforward a character. And I think that Ghana would have to remember her in a special way. No matter our political differences, she has really played a part and paid her dues. I remember one advert, send your girl child to school.
Yeah.
You know, in those days, I mean, our cultural settings didn't allow women to or girls to go to school. Deliberately, they introduced our send your girl child. It was an advert, and it is one of the reasons why today, if you were to go to most of these schools,
women outnumber men nowadays.
They outnumber them and they outperform them. Like anytime I go to speech and prize giving days of Miss schools, sometimes I wonder, first 10, you could have only one guy in there, but he is even placing 9th.
Yeah.
First 9.
They are all, it's all women.
You go to our universities, they are the ones getting the first class. I thought it was a fluke, but I realized that no, they have been emboldened, they have been conscientized. Society, led by Nana Kunedu, has really, really tuned their mind into positivity. And I have never seen any first lady, quote me anywhere, first lady who was so visible, who was so an activist. She was an activist everywhere. In those days, in the early 90s, every village you will see this woman.
Yeah.
She really helped the husband. I'm telling you. Because the kind of antagonism, the kind of propaganda that was unleashed on, especially those of us who were in Ashanti region, on Rawlins, sometimes Rawlins will come on television and say, hey, switch it off, switch it off. It took Nana Kunedu to gradually change that perception with the 31st December Women's Movement.
I see.
And she did it perfectly. Getting people to be supporting the cause of the husband, and for that matter, the National Democratic Congress. It was like the days of the UP and CPP. For you to be a member of the NDC in Ashanti region was a taboo in the early 90s and early 2000s. It was a taboo.
For you to be a member
of the NDC. And I'm saying anybody that had lived in Ashanti region in the late 90s and the early 2000s will tell you.
There was a taboo.
It was a taboo.
For you
to openly. I'm telling you, even on campuses, the University of Science and Technology, it was almost near impossibility. 10 that they claim today they are vibrant. They were on Kenya University campus, but they couldn't come out. You would be doing your 10 in your room, and not outside.
You have to keep your membership to yourself.
You are going to explain it to who? Who? But it took the lives of Nana Kunedu gradually endearing the people to the party to the extent, to the time that people realized that look, politics is a contest of ideas. Though the past, it remains the past. Or some of the things that were being said about Rawlins were propaganda. And that is why I always respect her for that.
I see. So for you, what will be her legacy?
I mean, the number of women who are in politics should be her legacy.
Okay.
If you see a growing number of women who are in our politics, the genesis of it started with her.
Okay.
The general, nobody must take that credit. I remember Beijing conference. She played a pivotal role in it. Her there on every platform that she went, what a man can do, a woman can do better. That was when some of us as young men say, then if you could do better, then chop money, you have to pay more. She insisted. Going to villages. I mean, what's the name? Hannah Bisu has been telling her story that she was discovered by Nana Kunedu Rollins in a village, brought her to the city. Trained there, she's now Dr. Louise Hanabisu, current National Women Organizer. And not her alone, a number of them. A number of them. So we can't take it from her. Some of these things are intangibles, but if you were to put value to it, it will outnumber or outvalue any physical infrastructure that we would have put in place. So let's give her that acronym as her legacy, that being the foundation upon which women became interested in our body politic.
If you're just joining us, Soloman also is. Are you acting or you are?
Now everybody
Everybody
is
is
acting position.
Okay, acting director of communication,
a spokesperson for United Party.
Okay, you are director of communications and spokesperson.
A spokesperson
for United Party.
For United Party.
I thought that now that the party was in place, you consider another position because you've been speaking for quite a while.
That is where I have to be. I have to speak out till I drum the message of hope into the ears and minds of the people of this country.
Let's start from the very first time we met.
Yes.
On Alaji and Alaji.
Yes.
You walked onto Alaji and Alaji to defend a government that was not popular.
Yes.
An unpopular government.
Yes.
In fact, you face a lot of... You used to read some of the comments yourself
the
on Facebook, among others. Yes. You did all that.
Yes.
You knew the government was not popular.
Yes.
You knew the government perhaps Ghanaians felt was not on the right
Absolutely.
road. But yet you put up a fight.
Yes.
So if you were able to do that from the beginning, what made you... all of us start to reconsider what you were doing?
So the point is that, Sena, if you also recall, I was one of the few communicators that could come on Alaji and Alaji and also look straight into my government and bash them. I didn't care. As we speak today, I believe that those policies that I defended are still good policies that the country has to take a critical look.
Okay.
I defended the policy of one district, one factory. Who would kick against a policy like one district, one factory? If the idea is that every district must look at where it has comparative advantage to develop a factory so that it can absorb the teeming youth or create employment, why would I kick against such a policy?
Okay.
Growing up, I saw a number of women, including my mother, though my father was very helpful, that sometimes they could struggle in paying the school fees. So if you are bringing a policy of free SHS, I will support it. My original position on the matter was that, yes, we must try and identify those that are needy, but at least those that have what it takes must be made to pay half.
Okay.
Not to pay, or at least they would have also enjoyed some rebate.
Okay.
But I insisted right from the beginning that you cannot tell me that your son or daughter is in Morning Star, is in Christ the King, and all of a sudden in secondary school, the father is not there, the mother is not there, they have not lost their employment, and they cannot pay. Such people can be making half payment. I didn't want to. I was not pushing for full payment, but as a half payment, so that at least they would also know that somehow the state is also thinking about them. They are also enjoying rebate. So I supported a free SHS, and I will any given day with this same position defend it. You understand? Planting for food and jobs on paper is a very good concept. If you are planting for food, it means you are not going to import more. And if you look at why our city depreciates, you understand, it is because of the huge import of rice, sugar, and so on and so forth. So if you tell me that you are going to embark on a policy or a project that would ensure that we have food security, why would I go and say that it's a bad thing? But the reason why some of us felt at the point that, look, we have to live beyond the internal nuances of politics was that we realized that it was becoming a talk show. On paper, the policies looked good, but the implementation on the ground was so terrible.
Okay.
We had fought this thing within since 2007
Okay.
that the way and manner we were going about our things wasn't good. We must change. You see, you need to put up a fight internally first
Okay.
to try your best to try and change the system.
Okay. So you think the change you have started from within the party?
Yeah, we started. Yes, we drew the attentions on countless occasions. But when now our politics have become, we have had a lot of bootlickers in our politics.
Okay.
When the thing is even wrong, before it is benefiting a lot of them, they will say, oh, no. They will give you beautiful reasons why they think your position is wrong. So we realized that we were not going to succeed. And that is how come in 2023 we left the party. So
from 2007, you've been pushing.
We have been pushing
a change agenda.
That they must go back to the original ideals and principles of the party, and for that matter, what we intend to do in government.
What were those ideals and principles?
So consensus building.
Okay.
Respect for divergent opinion. Okay. You understand? Honesty.
Okay.
It's a key trait. Honesty.
Okay.
It is missing in the party.
Okay.
People now they lie with ease. Blatantly. Sena, they know that this is white, but they will tell you that it's black. So we felt that we couldn't be part of a system that we are not honest. If we had done all this consensus building, you cannot claim to be a vibrant political party that do not believe in consensus building.
Okay.
Because you can never have it's not always that you have your way.
Okay.
You have to give out something to get something. But by the time we were leaving the party, I don't know whether now they have changed. It was all about me. I said this, that is it. That's the leader of the party, like Kufadu. That was what he introduced into the party. And if you did not agree, what will happen is that attacks are unleashed on you. That's why you saw these invincible forces and all the tax that you could think of. But we didn't start this party with tax.
You think the NPP had at some point become a personality cult?
It
was all about Akufo-Addo.
It was about Akufo-Addo.
If you disagree with Akufo-Addo,
you are out of it. You dared not. He was a tin god. And now they are speaking. Because a lot of them became timorous souls by virtue of the fact that they are bootlickers. They were thinking about their stomach, but not the collective good. You see, if you're a politician, your mindset must always be what to do to build or better the public interest.
Okay.
You are serving the public. It's not about yourself. Sometimes you have to deny your own family pleasures in life to satisfy the larger populace. But this time around, it became, oh, it's me. So whatever Akufo-Addo says, I don't want to offend him. Let's go to that line. And then, because I'll be making something out of it, I'm okay. They don't care about the rest.
But he was the leader of the party.
And the NPP's constitution is not the leader of the party.
He was not.
He was not the leader. The leader of the party remains the national chairman.
Okay.
And deliberately, they weakened the national executive. If you are a national executive, and they also were not, as it were, creative enough. So they would always depend on the executive. Okay. If you are a national executive and you are still depending on the executive, it means you are at the beck and call of the executive.
Okay.
They will impose their ideas on you, impose their policies on you. And so consistently, the national executives became weakened.
Even though he was not supposed to be the leader of the party, your opinion, he seized power and became the de facto leader.
Absolutely. And that is why at a point in time, he had a problem with about more than 80 MPs. Can you come to terms with it that your own members of parliament will have to come out openly and say that we don't want
a particular minister,
the finance minister.
Yeah.
From the same family, something that they could have dealt with within. And before the members of parliament could come and have that press conference and tell the whole world, it means they would have discussed with the National Executive Committee, headed by the national chairman.
And perhaps sought an audience with him.
And they agreed.
Okay.
Because they claim that they had several meetings with the president. The president was not budging. Because it's his party that gives birth to government. The president became president by virtue of riding on the wheels of the party. Yeah. So the party must be the one that must be dictating to you, not you dictating to the party.
Okay.
But he turned it upside down because people have become so selfish. And once selfishness becomes part of your life, you cease to reason. You don't reason normal anymore. It's about who is causing the tune that you would, as it were, follow. So we couldn't be part of such a system.
But with the personality of the Kufuor, was that not predictable that the party was going to get there?
No, but
he will become the dominant figure.
I believe that the party shouldn't have allowed that because we have had people of higher stature in the party that the party never allowed such things to happen. The party never allowed Mr. Kufuor to have his way.
Mm-hmm.
Because people then, the likes of BJ Darocha, the Alajetes, the Ejeni Boatens, the Dambotres and so on, they could speak.
Mm-hmm.
But the latter day Saint National Executive Committee, how were you expecting Buga to go and tell Akufo-Addo to do otherwise? Do you believe for a moment that Chairman Buga can go to Akufo-Addo and even put cogent argument together and say, "Now what you are doing is wrong"? And these were carefully orchestrated. He realized that he needed weaker people to be in positions so that he could manipulate them.
You think the executives in place now are the executives that he is comfortable with?
Oh, very comfortable. That's why at the moment, you have the substantive national chairman of the party who has gone away. He says he's sick. He's not in any hospital. He's not bedridden. But he says he's sick. He's not more interested in being the chairman of the party.
You think that's a resignation?
It's a resignation. He's gone. He's not going to come back.
The national chairman
the family has warned him not to come back.
The family?
Of course.
Has warned?
He is their property. They have seen the collapse of the party. Why must he come back?
Are you saying that the elected national chairman of
Stephen Ayensu is not bedridden? Let's get it straight.
Okay.
Or you have information that
no information.
He is happily living in his home. He has gone away. He has abandoned the party because he sees the party that he enrolled in or signed on to as totally deviating from their core values.
Okay.
So why must I be part of it? He's gone.
Be that as it may, you had an opportunity in 2023 to move a candidate that would take over the party and perhaps change the face of the party. But you still decided that at what point did you, because you started that agenda within the party, at what point did you give up on that agenda?
So the point is that the original idea was that we were not going to take part in the presidential primaries.
Really?
Right,
it had been decided?
Because we have seen what had gone on. You know, the basis of any credible election is the polling station elections.
Mm-hmm.
The delegates album, as you call it.
Okay.
And we have seen what they did to the delegates album. That they just went around, commissioned bootlickers within the various constituencies.
Mm-hmm.
They will come, Sena Nombo, they look at you, they put your name there. They go on. You see, my constituency is Okakwe South.
Mm-hmm.
You go to Kaneshi Market, you see the people that sleep outside there.
Yeah.
They will go there and then register all of them and put them in the delegates album.
Really?
I am telling you, I went to court severally on that matter.
You took this matter
look, if you go to Okakwe, go to the courts. The number of times that I went to court, at a point that Gary Nimaku became so frustrated with me. And I told him that, look, Gary, I'm not doing this for myself. Because you probably do not know the genesis of this party. You did not have the benefit of going to Sobayiri in the Jirapa Lambusia district to be a polling agent in the 2000 while you were faced with death and you defied death. You came to join it at a point in time without any struggle. So you don't know what people have gone through. You have not seen a tipper truck run over people in Bekwa in 1996. I saw it. I was at the rally. So let's do what is right. The concept of a polling station executive is so crucial because then you become the apostles of the party. That if you have credible, honest, and then highly qualified polling station agents polling station executives, your work is cut out. They will be doing the campaigns at the local level. So why don't you get the right people, let them go through the elections or selection process so that the party could be vibrant at all times? There's no, because of their parochial interest. One, for purposes of electing their flag bearer, their choice of flag bearer,
Mhm.
and 2 who become the parliamentary candidate.
Mhm.
So we have seen it. So at a point, Alan, in trying to deal with this matter, from his own pocket, stretched some amount to the party.
Okay.
That please go back and do what is needful with the polling station elections. So that
He
we
was
will-
ready to
Yeah,
give money.
he gave money from his side. That this is my token. Use it to as it were, clean the delegates' album. They took the money. I don't know what happened to it. So before, when we were campaigning, we realized you could go to a constituency,
Mhm.
say that all the people that they will present you as the delegates, they are not the delegates. They think they are delegates, but when you check it, you match it with the
When
delegates
you pick the
album,
album,
they are not in. The telephone number that they will give to you, they are all fake numbers. The constituency chairman has the original numbers of the fake people that he has put in there, so he will be dealing with them whilst you deal with fake people.
so you realize they were setting you up.
It was settings. So we didn't even want to take part in the super delegates election because
Okay.
we knew what was going to happen. And I said, what? For purposes of establishing our claim, let's use the super delegates as a pilot to convince ourselves that indeed these people are up for something. We went in and the evidence was there. Beyond the fact that they had fake people, they had hijacked the system, the introduction of money. Said, I've never seen it. People taking 500,000, 300,000, 200,000. That was the super delegates. It was so crazy. Does it surprise you why you are now hearing 2.2 billion missing at the National Service Secretariat, Hanan and Co. being charged? All of them were supporting Mahmoud Bawumia. All of them. Hanan give to Awari and then what's the name? SCB and Co. All of them were supporting Bawumia. And cash was flowing. So there has to be a symbiotic relationship with between what we are being revealed to now and what was happening during the super delegates elections. After that, because the super delegates election, it was nothing short of selecting 5 out of the number. We were selected among the 5. But we said, what is the sense in entering into a competition that you already know the outcome? The outcome had been predetermined. So you taking part will legitimize the process. So we will get out. Even with that, the machinations ago, we had our agent in East, Zakaria, beaten to pulp. We saw the pictures, blood oozing everywhere. So if you're a civilized person, it's a contest of ideas. We are only looking for a leader to steer the affairs of the party, take the party into election. Blood flowing, money being shared, albums killed, everything against done in favor of one candidate. So now why must you be in that political party? That is why 29th of August, Alan issued a statement that he was not taking part anymore in the primaries. So he left. And some of us agreed with him in total. In fact, I was the first to have been on record to encourage him to go as an independent candidate. Because sometimes, when people are so comfortable with a rotten system and they believe that nobody can take them on, it emboldens them. But you take the system on and let posterity be the better judge. So we did it.
And you did that with the Movement for Change.
We did that with the Movement for Change.
Now, what would you say? Because when you went into the elections, there are those who say the results don't speak to the strength of Alan. Well, how do you respond to that?
No, I mean, they don't know what really happened in election 2024. And in the coming days, Sena, we are going to do a fully blown expose on election 2024. You see, there is a principle that says the folly of doing A whilst hoping for B. It's a very simple principle in life. the NPP concentrated all its efforts on the movement. Mind you, the movement was never a political party.
Okay.
It was more or less a special purpose vehicle. It was a political pressure group that was formed to support the independent candidature of Mr. Alan Kyerematen.
Okay.
So we did not have structures across the length and breadth of the country.
Yeah, that was obvious.
That's number one. Number two, close to 96% of our polling agents that were assigned by Mr. Alan Kyerematen to various polling stations were denied access.
Really?
Absolutely. On the election day, they were denied.
Close to what, 96?
96% of our Alan's polling agents were denied access.
Why? He was a candidate in election.
Absolutely. Because you see, the moment Alan said he was going to contest as an independent candidate, the MPP came out that Cheddar would beat Alan. Didn't you hear that?
Yes.
The days leading to election.
Yes.
Oh, Cheddar will beat Alan. Cheddar will beat Alan. We have heard Woon to me on tape. And that's why it's a public record. Say that, yes, the people will vote for Alan, but the votes will not be counted for Alan. So that's why the folly of doing A was hoping for B. They were hoping that by denying or rigging against Alan, it will inure to their benefit. So they concentrated fully on Alan, forgetting that it was not Alan alone who was on the ballot.
You're saying that MEP strategy
was against Alan. It was all about Alan.
And they missed the real threat that they had.
The real threat was there. Alan was also a threat because they had seen it, and I can tell you that if anybody is convinced you that in the whole country, Alan had 30,000, that person must be coming from Azerbaijan.
But that was the first that way.
So that's why I say that in the coming days, you will be doing expose. And it must also not be lost to anybody that in the same way that they were strategizing against Alan, election 2024 revealed that close to 2 million people did not vote. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Of those that voted in the last election for the MPP did not vote. Okay. Has anybody taken the trouble of going into it to establish why the people did not vote? I have had the opportunity of reading pages 68 and 69 of the MPP's report, where they admit tacitly.
You have the report.
Oh, then they come to us every day.
No, but that's interesting because they said there was only one copy.
Who are the people, behind the scenes, those that know that they have really, really, as it were, caused damage to the party by allowing Alan to leave the party, and all the things that they did against Alan have been coming behind the scenes to beg and show us why they are begging. That in the report, it is clear, abundantly clear, that Alan's exit from the MPP caused the 2 million people not to go out and vote. Well, guess what? The campaign strategy of the MPP, I've already told you that they said Alan's votes will not be counted for Alan. That's number one. Number two, they had said right from the beginning that Cheddar will get more votes than Alan. Why did they choose Cheddar and not any other candidate? Because there were 12 candidates. If we were not going to say that NDC will get more votes than Alan, there were other candidates on the ballot that you could have said they will get more votes. They said Cheddar will beat Alan. That was their mantra. It went to Ashanti region all over the place.
Okay.
So they did that. Beyond that, they went on to town and said that Alan was not going to have parliamentarians in parliament.
Okay.
And so, given the opportunity, he will still have to rule with the MPP because they were going to win majority in parliament. Now, the people said that if this is what you are saying, that if we were to vote for Alan, he will not have people to, as it were, govern with, then it means voting for Alan would have destroyed their ballot.
Okay.
So those typical UP people say we will not even go out and vote. And those that felt that the NPP had to be removed also said, let's vote for the NDC. So the election 2024 had its own dynamics. That's why election 2028 is a completely different elections altogether. That was what happened.
But how would you attribute the 2 million people who didn't vote to Alan? Because a couple of factors. One, if you listen to people, yes, the government they had in power.
Yes.
A lot of people had a vote of no confidence in that government a long time ago.
Yes.
Two, the opposition, there were people who were still raising questions about whether or not you can distinct between the two.
Yes.
So, of course, those people would necessarily fall out of the bracket and decide not to vote.
No.
How did you arrive at the conclusion that it is down to Allah?
So you have to go back to the historical data that NPP in government had performed abysmally at some point.
Yeah.
In fact, the days leading to 2020 elections, the government wasn't doing well. In spite of this, the party garnered 6 million votes. Is that not the case?
Yes.
And when they did that, Alan was in the party. If you have looked at the MPP's trajectory beyond from 2000 coming, the MPP has never lost an election below the figure of 47%.
Okay.
In 2008, the NPP won the first round with 49.something%. It was in the second round that Professor Mills won the elections. So NPP had about 49%. In 2012, the NPP dropped to 47%. 2008, Alan was in the party. 2012, Alan was in the party. In 2016, the NPP won. Alan was in the party. In 2020, in spite of some unfortunate decisions, the party still won. Alan was in the party. Alan left the party in 2023 and 2 million people do not vote. How then do you say that he was not a contributing factor? Based on the data.
So I'm wondering why these people then didn't vote for Alan as an independent candidate. Is it because of the factors you stated?
Absolutely.
That they were convinced that from what they've heard.
You have polluted them that, look, no matter what, Alan was not going to win. And even if he won, he didn't have parliamentarians to govern with. He was still going to revert back to the MPP you people so much hate. And people say, well, if that is the case, then we will even come out and vote. We are dejected. We have lost hope in the system. So we stay in our homes and then observe whatever happens. Like giving up. And that's why they stayed in their various homes. And I can tell you that since Thursday that we launched this UP party, the number of people that are calling in respect of this, that yes, I didn't vote.
They are interested in joining.
They are already joining. You go to our website, www.unitedpartyghana.com. The number of people who are filling our online forms
to be members of
the party is beyond comprehension or human imagination. And that's why I'm saying that the Ghanaian is very cunning. We underestimate the thinking prowess of the Ghanaian. They know what is right at any given time. And so Alan's exit was what caused their total defeat. And they know it.
So with UP, you are trying to put a structure behind the candidature of Alan.
Absolutely.
Is that a foregone conclusion? That means the Kojo Alan Chamanti will be running in the 2028 elections, and the structure that you are building is what you call the UP.
So first of all, the party is not being built around Mr. Alan Chamanti.
Okay.
It's a united party. He's an individual.
Okay.
We will never do that. That is the problem that the MPP is facing now.
Okay.
A party that was built around ideology turned into a party built around Nana Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
You understand? So as he exited, the party became dejected. We are building a vibrant party to the extent that if Sena Nombo feels that he has what it takes to lead this country and wants to take part in our presidential primaries.
Even for the 2028 elections?
Absolutely.
So if I join your party today and I'm old enough, I can contest?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You can contest to become the flag bearer. And one beautiful thing with the united parties that we only look at competence. We are not interested in money.
Okay. Now you need money too for elections.
Look, when I was in the MPP and the MPP started, none of the people who are claiming today they have money had money. They were all poor. Remember, they had gone into exile, a lot of them, and they were not doing any business there. So when they came back, life was so difficult. But how did the party survive? Parties survive on payment of dues and fundraising. Because it's a non-profit organization. It is the few people, the criminals, the greedy bastards who have turned this thing into a money-making venture and calling themselves financiers of the party.
You're saying the money that can be used to run a party can be generated from the membership.
If your ideology, if your vision, if your mission is so clear to the members, who belongs to an association and does not pay dues? They ought to pay dues, because it's out of the dues that you run your activities with. You understand? And also fundraising here and there. That's how churches have sprung up, survived all these years. When you go to your church, do they have a galamsey who is a financier? Amongst yourself, always you contribute to build your own church or temple. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So why must it be different from political parties? Roman Catholic Church have been building around. The Church of Pentecost have been building, Assemblies of God, and all the churches. Do they go for a loan or something? It is their members that contribute, because you are part of it. To pay dues is to establish your membership and also ownership of the party.
Okay. And people who are intend to join the United Party or have joined it, do they understand that?
That is what we are preaching to them. You see, it's reorienting the minds of the people. Let's face it, the two political parties have muddied the waters.
Okay.
They have created the impression that payment of dues is not necessary, because once you taste power, and the interest is that both of them have tasted power, so at least they've been able to build some few members amongst them to be rich. So they are always depending on them. Depending on individuals within the party, few of them, means selling the party to the individuals. So if I invest in the party and the party comes to power, what moral authority do you, those of you that did not contribute, have to come for contracts? But if you pay the dues and I pay the dues and all of us brought the party to power, it means we all have equal say in the party. Then the choice then is narrowed to who is competent. Because the United Party is a broad-based party that intends to deal with the issue of winner takes all in our body politics.
Winner takes all.
That is what is killing Ghana. Sena, can you convince me that when the NDC, as NDC is in power, all the technocrats, all the high brains, the good brains that we have in the talents that we have in this country are with the NDC? It cannot be. We have people within the civil society organization, lecturers and so on and so forth, who are very good, but who do not want to be associated with political parties because of the way and manner we do our politics. But they have something positive to offer to the people of this country. Why must they be left out of governance? These are people that the United Party is coming to liberate. Women and children. Women are vulnerable in society. We believe that with the right strategies, we can attract more. How can you leave the greatest percentage of our population out of your decision making? Women are more than men in this country.
Sure.
And who is representing them? So they will be amply catered for, and we would encourage them to be part of the United Party. The youth. We have a very youthful population, Ghana. Now the problem is that we are churning out more graduates with less jobs. People that finish university 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years, they are home not getting jobs to do. They are focused, creating an enterprise economy that will absorb all these people to come and work. They have to work. They have to be put to good use. That is why when we brought the Great Transformational Plan, which is our blueprint anyway, we said
that is
our blueprint.
Okay.
We are not going to deviate from it.
It's not like as if you're going to generate another.
No. That's our blueprint. That is consistency, because it's a plan.
Okay.
And our problem has been the same problem since independence. You understand? We believe that when a child finishes secondary school, we must not push the child or that ward immediately to university or any tertiary institution. Okay. There has to be a break. That young man or woman has to taste some level of employment by way of skill acquisition, that you take them through apprenticeship. They have to learn a trade, that is carpentry, welding, electricals, what do you call it? Making of hair. I mean,
hairdressing.
Tailoring.
Nowadays, makeup is big.
Absolutely.
So the fashion industry.
Yeah. You see, when they acquired Sena and they begin to work with, after a year, they would have acquired a skill. Some would then decide whether they want to as it will work with the skill that they have acquired or open an enterprise with it. Those that really want to be in our tertiary institutions will then continue. Not wholesale. After secondary school, we are proposing that some will also find their way in the security services doing internship there.
Okay.
You understand? So that in their youthful ages, they would have acquired a skill. And beyond that, they can then determine whether to continue their education. What we are doing now is wholesale from JHS, secondary school, university, home, no job. And those that are coming out, they have no skill. It's not as though the jobs are not there. In fact, the jobs are there, but the skill set do not meet the available jobs.
Okay.
And that is what we want to, the gap that we want to bridge, so that we can create a very robust and an economy that is full of happiness, work and happiness. And that is what the UP is promising you.
What have you been doing since you launched the party? You were so excited. That day, I
you saw me, man.
Yes. It seems that the whole UP thing means a lot to you.
It means a lot to me. Sena, we need to change. Like I said, I was born into the MPP. And I saw how lovely it was to even attend meetings, the exchange of ideas. Those days, G.H. Mensa would speak and then we go and pick paper and be writing notes. Today, I cannot go and pick a pen and paper and be waiting for Afenyo to speak for me to write. What am I writing?
He's a minority leader.
He is more confused than the rest of them.
The minority.
Trivialities is always my measuring. Yesterday I heard him say that, why are you not signing? Why are you not signing the LGBTQ? When you yourself, your government, the thing was on the table of Nana Akufo-Addo, he refused to sign it. Instead of shutting up, you are still talking. When you do that, it annoys people. You understand? So we want to bring back the love, that sharing of divergent opinion. You understand? Things that will help this country, develop this country. That's what we are bringing. And that's why I'm so passionate about this UP, that we get it right. Since we launched it, we have been, as we're establishing the structures. From here, I'm going to go on a regional tour. After this interview, I'm on my way.
Okay.
All the interim national executives are out.
Okay. So you have your own assignment?
I'm going.
Okay.
You understand? Because we mean business. We are not going to do it business. That is why people can say that new political parties do not make any impact. They do not make it because they are not organized. It's an organization decides everything. Once you are able to establish the footprint of this party in every nook and cranny of this country, then I can tell you that it is not a straightforward or something that you can say that, Ghana, we have already decided on two political parties. It's not true. If that were the case, I'm telling you, no independent parliamentary candidate could ever win any elections. Because wherever an independent parliamentary candidate has won an election, there has been MPP candidate and there has been NDC candidate. Is that not the case?
Yes.
So if the assumption or the what do you call it? The position is that while there is MPP and NDC, the Ghanaian will settle on these two. Why then would an independent candidate win? Because they sell the right message, because they get the right person. The independent candidates, some of them are more credible than candidates from these two political parties. So the society looks at them and vote. But many a times, the new political parties that come, they only reserve themselves to Accra. They don't go to the nook and cranny of this country to sell their messages.
So you intend to have structures all around?
Look, election 2028.
That's expensive.
That is why you encourage the payment of dues. That is why it is the message that brings a lot of people. Look, Sena, ever since we launched this political party, I will be there. I can show you some of the messages. People sending us messages across the constituencies that they are ready to give offer as their offices, their houses as offices. It's incredible. A lot of them. So you would think that we would, as it were, get the money from our pocket to go and rent offices. But people themselves are bringing it. They are bringing it. So it is something. And now, thankfully, you see, there is a paradigm shift in the media landscape. I've been bashing the media that they are also the reason why it is becoming as though Ghana is a two political party state. Because you are in panel. About Radio Go, thankfully, you are one of the few stations that have given us output from the days of movement. to espouse our idea. That is what the media landscape is supposed to do. Give opportunities to divergent opinions. Let the people make their informed choices. You have done so. That's why this morning you are engaging me. There's a particular station I won't mention their name here. I called the producer, told me that the DNA of the program is such that it's NDC and people. I said, are you for real? You are part of the problem.
I see. Well, I owe it a duty to you to remind you that you said you have some other engagement.
Yes. So it's another show, and it's already.
Yeah. So let me conclude by asking you this question. You've chosen in fact, the name United Party.
Yes.
You recall your friend Dr. Percy.
Yes.
The tassel, the two.
This year too. Dr. Percy, you have reminded me.
Yeah.
But this year we have lost a lot of people.
Yeah.
We lost Doctor this year. Is that not it?
Yes, we lost Dr. Percy early part of the year.
This year.
Yes.
We lost Sampiali. We lost Adekoka.
Yeah.
And our own brothers Mutala, Omane Buama, Samuel Sap. This year has been terrible. And that's a hell of a year.
Well, the issue is UP came out of many political movements at the time that were regional in nature.
Exactly.
Came together.
Yes.
Dr. Percy will always say that the NLM took over.
Yes.
but by choosing the United Party name, are you suggesting that you intend to muscle out to the MPP? Are you looking for the MPP space?
No, we are looking for one of the two spaces, and I think that for now,
one of the two spaces. But you didn't choose a name that is coterminous with the NDC. So you chose the MPP.
But obviously, most of us are coming from the UP stock.
Okay,
you understand, and we believe that there were some positives with the UP of old.
Okay.
So what we have done is that we have taken all the positive policies, programs, objectives, mission, and vision of the old UP, and that is why we say this is UP plus, and we have done away with the bad deeds of the UP. For instance, the old UP was very much antagonistic towards the CPP.
Okay.
With the UP plus, we are embracing all, and that is why, interestingly, we sent out invitation to all political parties, but it was the CPP led by the General Secretary that graced our program. And it tells you that they also recognize that we started our body politic with the UP and the CPP. Now, these two parties have fizzled out.
In fact, the two used to be.
Yes.
Yes. There were elements in the CPP that actually came out and
absolutely
strong elements of
absolutely. So we want to bring back the love. We want to collaborate, to work together. Because if you look critically at our great transformational plan, it is all about the Kwame Nkrumah's 7-year development plan that we have, as it were, modernize it to fit the current situation. And so bringing the CPP on board is the easiest. Already, the smaller political parties are expressing interest in working together, and we are going to extend that olive branch to make sure that we work together as a unit, and also take from the MPP and take from the NDC to become the next government, so that the winner takes all business is cut out of our body politics.
Somebody says I should ask you, do you want Jim Mensah to still be the EC chairperson? I don't know why he decided. Sami Kofi, that's the question that he said I should ask you. Sena asked Tolo that does he want Jim Mensah to still be the EC chairperson?
No, I've said the time with that number that Jane and all those over there has to go. I've said the time with that number.
All of them?
All of them. Because, I mean, what even happened at Ablekuma? Is it North or Central? Yeah. Should give an indication. I mean, we were saved by grace. If you are in Ghana eating today, going to your work peacefully, don't think that you are having it because there was a credible elections as such. No. Because the Ghanaian resolved that we will not shed blood. That was it. We were saved by grace. Things that happen in other countries, not even up to 30% of what happened in election 2024, leads countries into civil wars. But the Ghanaian, that is why I like the spirit of the Ghanaian. It will boil up to a certain level, but still settle. And that is why I love my people, Ghana. So the UP has come to stay. We believe that the electoral system must be credible, it must be open, must be a level playing field to every political party, so that Ghana becomes the powerhouse in terms of development in Africa. And that is our vision 2040. That we believe that by 2040, Ghana must be the economic powerhouse of Africa, feeding into Agenda 2063 of the AU.
Well, thank you very much. Now that I've spoken to you for the very first time, we'll try and arrange more.
Yes, I will be,
We'll try.
especially when it is very early like that.
Yes,
I
yes.
love it.
Yeah. Oh, great.
Hey.
If early,
But I
works for
live
you.
close by, so if
Yeah, I
it's
know.
early, I'll just pass. I can come and do 45 minutes.
Then
Then I'm gone.
I wish you all the best.
Thank you
I wish
very
all the
much.
best,
And
as always.
as always, you are, but you know you have struggled before. You remember our journey to Zimmerland. One day we will talk. Thank you very much.
To Zimmerland, to Tamale, and then also to Okujeto.
But you know when it was when
I
I went to Tamale with you that I was shown the property of Hanan. The people, the taxi driver, they
Hey,
told me that this one was built by Hanan. He comes there with brand new cars, and it has been captured $250,000. You see, with this TV, how can we grow?
Soloman Owusu is acting director of communications and spokesperson for the UP Plus United Party. Join us in studio, and of course, shortly I'll have in studio the one and only Ajua Ejam.